Okay, so going through the Spica here on the Montreal, I've gotten this gap, it's not adjusted now, the car's not warm, but I've got that adjusted down to the 0.019 gap, like it's supposed to be, after I found that the bracket that this rod attaches to was bent and was fouling a nut on the side of the pump, and preventing that gap from closing as far as it should have. But now I've got that lever unbent and I've got it adjusted. Unfortunately, this extends 30-something millimeters of the TA here, and I had to tighten that screw just about down as far as it would go, and that was all I could do to get enough gap on that. So I don't know if that's great, but it does seem to work at the moment. Thoughts on that I'd appreciate. But also I've got some throttle things going on here that I'm curious if anyone can help me with. All the throttle plates are closed like they're supposed to be at idle, and I did notice this is a little loose. And looking into it a little bit, over here, I'm guessing that rusty bolt, if I were to take that, loosen up the jam nuts and then tighten that in, I could move it here and get that slack taken up, which is easy enough. But also I've noticed this cable is not pulling straight. You can see it comes out of the sheath and then goes off to the side. And I do remember seeing in the stuff Jack, I believe it was Jack, the fellow who had this 2 owners ago, had printed out. He printed out a ton of stuff, including the Alfa Romeo service bulletins. And I vaguely remember seeing one about that. And if I remember correctly, it said, it was talking about loosening up this bracket and shunting it to one side or the other to get that straight. Has anyone heard of that, done it? And before I go digging my hands into a tiny little spot there, can you confirm that that actually does work and that I'm on the right path? But also, the main reason I started here is into here I've got this. This is the end of the cable that the lever under the dash connects to. And you can see, can't really see because the plug wires are in the way, but there's a trunnion on there. And that's all there is. It's just that trunnion that prevents it from going through what's a pretty big hole. And I'm guessing there's something missing here. A plastic piece, a rubber piece, I don't know what it is. But if someone can point me in the right direction as to what ought to be there, what that ought to look like, and where, if anywhere, I can source a part for it so it'll be proper instead of just kind of half-assed like this, I would appreciate it. And we'll keep moving on and getting this car the way it should be. Gonna have to find a vacuum reservoir for the headlights. I don't know what's in that bracket, what should be in that bracket. Washer bottle, I'm thinking. But if anyone can answer those 2 questions, that would be great too. Thanks.